Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you have ever dreamt of escaping the hustle and bustle of city life for a quiet, charming small town, well, today's video might just make you rethink that. Because not every small town holds quaint charm. Some hide secrets, legends, and darkness that locals will warn you fiercely to stay away from. Today, we are counting down the top 10 creepiest small towns in the US, places where history, tragedy, and the unexplained converge to create an atmosphere so unsettling you might just want to keep driving. From towns literally on fire beneath the ground to places stalked by urban legends, these are the spots locals beg you not to visit. Trust me, you will want to stick around for this. Let us dive in, starting with number 10. Number 10, Colma, California. You might call Colma, California, a city of the dead, and you would not be wrong. It is a town where the deceased outnumber the living by over 1,000 to 1. Established primarily as a necropolis in the early 20th century, Colma exists because San Francisco once banned new burials, so 10 cemeteries were built here, and the town grew up around them. Imagine living in a place where practically every street corner leads to a graveyard, and your neighbors are mostly headstones. Locals might tell you it is peaceful, but there is an undeniable eerie quiet that permeates the air, a constant reminder of its true purpose. Number 9, Sleepy Hollow, New York. Of course, we have to talk about Sleepy Hollow. This village, New York, is eternally linked to Washington Irving's chilling tale of the Headless Horseman. Beyond fictional legend, the town itself is rich with history, ancient cemeteries, and a Gothic aesthetic that feels straight out of a ghost story. The old Dutch church and its surrounding burying ground, dating back to the late 1600s, contribute to an atmosphere that, especially in the autumn mist, makes you wonder if you will catch a glimpse of a certain spectral rider. Locals embrace the lore, but even they will admit that some nights the shadows here feel a little too alive. Number 8, Dudleytown, Connecticut. Hidden deep in the woods of Cornwall, Connecticut, are the remnants of Dudleytown, famously known as Demon's Playground, or the Village of the Damned. Founded in the mid-1700s, this settlement was plagued by an unnerving series of tragic events, madness, suicide, and strange deaths. Locals claim the land is cursed, perhaps by ancient Native American spirits, or a demonic presence brought over by the original European settlers, the Dudley family, who allegedly carried a curse from England. Today, it is mostly ruins and private land, aggressively closed off with warnings against trespassing. Many who have ventured in report feelings of intense dread, unexplained noises, and even photographic anomalies. The locals definitely want you to stay away. Number 7, Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is not a town haunted by ghosts, but by an invisible, insidious threat. Tulsa, Oklahoma, was once a thriving mining town, extracting lead and zinc. What it left behind, however, was an environmental catastrophe. Mountains of toxic chat piles, contaminated groundwater, and collapsing mine shafts made the town uninhabitable. It became an EPA Superfund site, and residents were eventually evacuated, their homes bought out by the government. Today, Pitcher is a ghost town, but a dangerous one. Buildings are crumbling, the air and water are poisoned, and sudden sinkholes can appear. The creepiness is not supernatural. It is the stark, silent testament to human environmental destruction and the very real dangers that linger. Number 6. Thurmond, West Virginia. Thurmond is a genuine ghost town, nestled deep in the New River Gorge. Once bustling coal town and a major railway hub in the early 20th century, it boasted hotels, banks, and a lively, fresh atmosphere. But as coal and rail travel declined, so did Thurmond. Today, only a handful of buildings stand, meticulously preserved by the National Park Service, giving visitors an eerie glimpse into a forgotten era. The silence is profound, broken only by the occasional train whistle echoing through the gorge, making you feel like you have stepped back in time to a town that simply vanished overnight. Locals who remember its boom days often speak of the town's almost sudden and complete abandonment. Number 5. Cahaba, Alabama. Alabama's first permanent state capital, Cahaba, is now one of its most famous ghost towns. Situated at the confluence of the Alabama and Cahaba rivers, this town prospered briefly before being ravaged by floods, yellow fever, and the economic fallout of the Civil War. By the 1870s, it was largely abandoned. Today, what remains are crumbling brick ruins, overgrown streets, and a few cemeteries blanketed in Spanish moss. Cahaba is said to be incredibly haunted, with tales of ghostly carriages, spectres wandering the ruins, and unexplained lights. Many locals believe the town carries the echoes of its past sorrows and the spirits of those tied there. Number 4. St. Elmo, Colorado. High in the Swartz Range of the Colorado Rockies lies St. Elmo, one of America's best preserved ghost towns. Founded in 1880 during the gold and silver rush, it once had a population of nearly 2,000, with a telegraph office, general store, and numerous saloons. When the mining dried up, residents slowly left, but many of their buildings and possessions remained. Visiting St. Elmo is like walking onto a movie set from the Old West, except it is all real. Locals whisper about the spirits of miners and pioneers who never truly left, particularly at the old general store, where items are said to move on their own. The biting cold and isolation only amplify its unsettling charm. Number 3. Bodie, California. Another gold rush relic, Bodie, California, is perhaps the most famous and well-preserved ghost town in the country, maintained in a state of arrested decay by the California State Parks system. In its heyday in the late 1800s, it was a rough and tumble town with 65 saloons. What makes Bodie truly creepy, beyond its deserted streets and dust-covered interiors, are the persistent legends of a curse. Visitors are warned not to take anything, not a nail, not a pebble, from Bodie, or they will suffer terrible misfortune until the item is returned. The Park Service actually receives packages containing returned items regularly, often with letters detailing the bad luck that followed. Locals say it is a place that holds onto its past with a vengeance. Number 2, Helltown, Ohio. The name alone should tell you something. Located in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, Helltown is not a single abandoned town, but rather a collection of deserted structures and roads, once part of several small communities. In the 1970s, the government began buying up properties for a planned park, forcing residents out. This created a fertile ground for urban legends. Tales of satanic cults, mutant creatures, a phantom bus filled with ghost children, and even a crybaby bridge where a baby was thrown to its death run rampant. The abandoned houses, the decrepit Boston Mills Church, and the infamous End of the World Road, with its abrupt dead end, all contribute to a terrifying lore that makes this a place many locals absolutely refuse to visit after dark. And finally, at number one, Centralia, Pennsylvania. Topping our list is Centralia, Pennsylvania, a town literally burning from the inside out. In 1962, a trash fire ignited an exposed coal seam in an abandoned mine beneath the town. That fire has been burning ever since, for over 60 years, and could continue for another 250 years. What was once a vibrant mining community is now a dystopian landscape of steaming fissures, buckling roads, and smoke rising from the earth. Almost all residents were evacuated by eminent domain, leaving behind a skeletal grid of streets, abandoned homes, and a palpable sense of desolation. The air often smells of sulfur, and venturing off the main road can be extremely dangerous due to poisonous gases and the risk of the ground collapsing. Centralia is a real-life Silent Hill, a chilling monument to human error, and a town where the earth itself actively warns you to stay away. And there you have it, folks, our list of the top 10 creepiest small towns in the US. Each one has a story, a dark history, or an unsettling legend that sets it apart. These are not just places. They are experiences, though perhaps not ones you would want to seek out in person. Which town on this list do you find the most unsettling? Have you ever visited any of these places, or do you know of other creepy towns we missed? Let me know in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe for more spine-tingling content, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next adventure into the unknown. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.